The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chicago Hidden City. While we were turning around and talking about who goes first.
We were trying to plot shit. Sorry, guys.
You're fine. I'm going to tell Spotter. He goes first. Take us in.
Hi everyone, I'm Antera and I'll be playing Spotter the Nosferatu tonight.
And I am Mama McStabber. I am playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Burha.
Hello everyone, I'm Marie and I will be playing Kajai of Clan La Sombra.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Lee Vyar, and I'm going to be playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez of Clan Gangrel.
Hey, everyone. I'm Glaciate, and I'll be playing Bastion of the Clan Toreador.
Hello. My name is Maddox, and I'll be playing Dr. Theodore Smith, Clan Tremere.
If you guys remember last week where somebody got some information and they turned around and did something else, I'm going to leave it. We're going to start off with the coterie on the way to the big event. And do you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything you guys want to talk about on the ride there? Literally on the road.
Taylor's legit going to look at Josephine and then look at the others and say, okay, guys. And this is kind of setting up the use if you guys want to use her clan merit, which is Boot and Rally, to re-roll any regular dice on a failed physical test. She's going to say, look, when we go in, we're dealing, and she looks at Josephine, no disrespect in this meant, we're dealing with a Malkavian.
Oh, none taken whatsoever. I understand, darling.
Yes, and everything I've heard about this one, he's built to manipulate. He's built to coerce, dominate, influence, that kind of thing. So eyes on center mass. And if you've got earbuds, earphones, you want to listen to some music, do so.
I have some of you all need them. I come prepared.
I would like them.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
Yeah, Theo's also going to happily take a pair and then also realize that he doesn't have anything to actually plug them into.
They're
basically noise-canceling earbuds. Mm-hmm.
That'll work.
And they're all sealed, so you're having to break a seal so you know that they have not been tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I keep them always around because you never know when you're going into Elysium and people like to play tricks. I don't like it, so I just keep it handy.
And Taylor basically plugs in her earbuds to her phone and puts it in her little side bag and pops those in her ears. She's not playing anything yet, but she has noise-canceling earbuds that she listens to music when she's on the L. So
Magnus has his connected to his iPod.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Josephine,
Mm-hmm.
are you connected to the network?
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell us if anything's going on in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anything going on in there?
Oh, there's a rally cry going on right now. It's a whole party up in here.
Is that good for us or bad for us?
Yeah, Policanos dos.
So some people are probably coming to help.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Not to mention their friends are going to come and help, and their friends are going to come and help. It's going to be a whole big rally, apparently.
Cool.
Element of secrecy is over, I believe.
Some bruja apparently, a capitoidor. Ooh, they got some of your friends, Magnus. A couple of gangrel.
Really?
Maybe a dragon or two. That's gonna be fun.
Every single like thing that Josephine's listing off has made Theo lean in and like stare at him. Mainly he's staring at like her forehead.
She'll gently kind of boop him on the nose. Darling, do you realize that staring's a little bit non-friendly?
Oh,
Man is mad, darling.
sorry, I didn't realize I would get caught.
Octavian. We notice everything.
So
I was just trying to parse together how that connection works.
Oh, easy. I know. Have you ever tried telepathy on somebody's mind?
I do not have that capability. I can somewhat sense things that don't want to be seen, but beyond that, I haven't tapped into that side much.
Oh. Do you see ghosts too or no?
I think I have. I wouldn't say it's ever my intent.
No, I was a full medium, so I
Oh,
was
no. I have not seen ghosts in that sense. No.
And she'll start looking at going, we're getting closer. I'm seeing more and more apparitions right now.
I mean, I've heard Resurrection Cemetery is notoriously haunted.
You met Mary? She's a delight to talk to.
I have not met Mary.
Oh, you got it sometime. We'll have to go find her. Not now, but later. Yes, Spider?
So when before we left, didn't Hank mention that Sun wasn't on the network, whatever that
is correct.
Yeah.
If the network shows up at the cemetery where he is, will he be on the network?
Some people can get off and kind of like, as they say, unplug.
Okay.
Sometimes they can't. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm always connected. But at the same point, from what Hank is telling you that he's not on the network, he's not listening. He's too busy doing other things.
Okay. I just worried about the element of surprise, and he might, grab it again.
And she's she'll let her eyes roll back a little bit, close her eyes and concentrate. And then when she opens up her eyes again, he's not aware of what's going to happen, but I do know that people around him are aware.
Understood.
Thankfully, it's not his bodyguards.
Okay.
Apparently, he's got a little old party. Yes.
A little bit of strategy since we know he has a party with him.
No. The party isn't with him. They're more kind of.
At the cemetery.
How do you say involuntarily? Not exactly wanting to put. Yes, that's it.
Oh, and so it's the third party kind of party.
It's more of we're going to rescue.
Oh.
Okay. So
apparently he doesn't know how to. Hi, yes, sorry, go ahead.
Theo, you're not really built for combat, right?
Not especially, no.
So I think you should probably stay back and be kind of a support if you can use a gun or a blade or anything like that to help.
I'm slightly better with a knife, but I have ways to assist you all. Don't worry. They won't be perfect, but I have ways I can help.
Stay back near Bastion, because Bastion is going to be our range support. And I think Dr. Hammond and Kajai, you guys can handle your own, right?
Absolutely.
Have you not
Oh,
seen those two
Both of you
fight?
asked.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Sun has bodyguards.
Yes.
If you guys focus on the bodyguards,
Hmm.
Bastion can take out Sun's ability to flee. Because, bullet
Yes,
to the knee.
bullets to the knee and one to the hip. Wonder who I'm copying by doing that.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean,
And
knee's
then-
good, but don't forget to take out his hip.
That's what he said
Oh,
he was
yeah.
going to
Oh,
do.
sorry. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
And then I can take his attention and try to take his jaw. Keep him from using any of those dominate or presence powers for much good.
Darling.
And
Man.
spotter.
You got claws, right?
And he just opens his hand and claws come
Why
out.
don't you just do an emergency tracheotomy, take the whole thing out?
Take the throat out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Same general
The
area.
jaw.
Don't worry about the
Don't worry
jaw.
about the
Take the
jaw.
throat out.
Go for the throat, darling.
Hmm.
It's
Or-
less bone.
And
or just get
I
all
can
of it.
also
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just crush his
I
fucking
just-
windpipe.
Just go through the mouth and tear down. I mean,
Sure,
he
but
should get
this way
everything he
hurts
needs to. Oh,
Okay.
I'm busy
if you do
as well.
here, you go for the jugular too, so you can drain them and go for that. Two for one special, darling.
we just need to make sure he doesn't die.
I can keep him busy with my shadows as well. So I assure you, no matter what happens, he won't get out.
Keep him distracted. Or
Here.
at least I can sneak behind, hopefully. Either get
This-
back in or hold him.
Yeah, if you can hold him so one of us can stake him.
Here, this is my lucky one. And you see a wooden crochet hook that is a 7mm. It's my favorite one. You can use it. It goes right through the heart, and then it'll hook right in so he can't get it out.
Nasty.
Well,
Josephine,
what?
how much detail can you get with that upload link?
What do you think I'm doing
Exactly.
right now for you?
Any chance you have an idea of any of the people around him being mortal?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Oh, no. This is a complete and utter kindred fight, darling. I mean,
just making sure. Ghouls sometimes are stronger than their dometer somehow.
oh, no. He ditched those 2 days ago. 2 of them. He's got 2 bodyguards. He doesn't know how to tie rope. I mean, he'd be a horrible domitor.
I am not giving him lessons.
I don't think he'll lessen that for that.
No, I believe this will simply be a dissemination of information, and then we'll be done with it.
Oh, good, because he's got Tay and Kindred tied up.
Does he?
Apparently, he's trying to control their minds. Sorry, trying to break through all of that. Oh, I'm gonna need a hot shower after tonight.
Take a minute. Take a minute.
So
Thank you for digging through.
I'll remind everyone our instructions are to kill them at any cost, not
Mhm.
to save these other kindred. Don't let your kindness get too distracted.
Oh no, we wipe out the opposition first. If we can save any of these other kindred, it's Lanyap.
And then they owe us.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Oh, I feel we all will have followed this to some degree, but it would be best if each of us had a sharp object on hand for whoever ends up to Sun when he goes down, or ends up near Sun when he goes down. Because
Magnus reaches into his jacket and pulls out a stake.
and Theo will sort of like half glance between Magnus and then like sort of half indicate himself. I think between the two of us, we would have the easiest time of it, but any of you can truly do it. You know where the heart is. Just when he goes down, it needs to be out of him.
Ooh.
and passed over to me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Taylor just taps the sheath of her sword. It's made of wood.
And that should
Magnus
do.
is like, wait, how do you need it out of him?
As intact as you can manage. Chipping a few small pieces off the edges shouldn't matter.
Is there anything? I don't know how your rituals go. So is there anything like it needs to be a silver blade or a cold iron? Right?
Oh no, it just needs to be out of him.
Cool.
And
He's not really using it, so.
And he needs to specifically not be dead when it happens. Close to dead. So whoever wants to drink him down to next to nothing. There's a whole process to this. I'm sorry.
I will suggest alcohol after that. I don't think he tastes very good from what I've heard.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be plenty of things mixed in to mask the flavor. And you all do hear that Theo's Dr. Bag is a little clinkier and has a few more sounds coming from it than usual.
Any wine in there?
Yes.
Oh, shit, I was kidding.
I know you were.
Just pulls his jacket out on the other side from where he pulled the stake, and you see a Bowie knife tied to his belt.
That should do. If worse comes to worse, I do have several scalpels with me if anyone needs one, but I would not recommend, if you need a lot of work done quickly, a scalpel's not the way to do it.
If worse comes to worse, I can do it real quick. Precision, not so much, but I can do it quick.
It takes a little bit longer, and you are pulled up just past the gates to the Resurrection Cemetery, where the driver then stops. He comes out, makes sure he opens up the doors, and he opens up the back, the trunk, almost like he was delivering something. And he waits for your orders, Magnus. And do you all get out?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Magnus gets out first.
Go.
If the door is open, I obfuscate before getting up.
Okay.
Rouse of prowess, and guess I'm going to go ahead and knock on the door.
Magnus just looks at the driver and he says, "Go ahead and head over about 2 blocks away. Keep the engine running."
Will do.
Bastion will get out with Sense the Unseen.
Sense the Unseen is always active.
So, better yet.
Oblivion side as well, to be clear.
Oh, there's tons of the Oblivion site, and with Sense the Unseen, you see tons of ghosts.
Eyes of the Beast are up.
Eyes of the Beast. Yeah, you see everything as day. And Bastion, give me a wits and awareness, please.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so rousing fleetness and dex are up. You've got fair weapons and prowess roused, toughness roused, Pharaoh's weapons. Okay, we got a lot here.
Oh, yeah. We're going in war mode, buddy.
Yes. I got 2 successes.
You got 2 successes with that. I'm going to say that you do see Nosferatu that are not at the gate, but they are more like back from it. They know that something's going on. They are not getting involved. And actually, when they all see Spotter, they all kind of pause to see what's going to happen, because it's rare. Because again, Spotter's got his obfuscate up. What's your dex and
Dex and stealth.
Yeah, what is that?
That is a lot.
Your delf, as it were.
My delf.
You're not wrong.
That's a 8 total. Yep. Let's see. 1, 2.
Because I'm going to roll for at least one of them.
5.
Oh, yeah. One at least sees Spotter. And when you notice that older one, they did a crit. They'll kind of blink, and you start to see all the Nosferatu slowly scatter, even more so. A couple of them stay, but they all see that one sees Spotter coming out.
I'll just give a
you feel a wave of recognition. And Bastion, you see that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Open the door.
Josephine will go and get her things and pull out her very long guns, and you'll see several swords she straps onto her back. She go, all right, you're gonna have to go straight all the way back, and there's going to be a couple like so old it makes us look young, kind of mausoleums. They're like the oldest ones here. It's the middle one.
All right. Oh, what was it? There was one thing. Codename Artemis.
She stops. Head just bows down. It's like she's rebooting for a moment. And she'll slowly look up and look directly at Taylor.
You know why we're here?
There's a moment. And she nods.
Do what you do best.
Ready to comply. 30 minutes. I'll be back.
Excellent.
Be here.
We will.
And you just see her run, jump over the fence, and disappear.
Magnus just looks at Taylor and is like, well, I did not realize that you knew how to activate the Scourge.
Just found out tonight. Let's get going. And
This looks like a spy movie.
and literally Taylor adjusts her earbuds, hits a button on her phone, and the music is playing.
Everyone, as you all are like setting up your earbuds and stuff, you just see Theo reach in, take out his notepad, write something, and then put it back in his doctor's bag.
Valid.
Uh-huh.
And
Bastion's also going to turn on the music.
Yep.
as
Magnus also has music going.
as you guys walk through, and as you start to make your way, you start to hear the rushing of people. You hear the footfalls. You hear clanging. You hear fighting. You hear guns going off, as if people are already coming to your aid and people are trying to come to his aid.
Mhm.
Now, my question is going to be kind of superfluous, but at the same time, I got to ask it. Are any of you stopping to watch any of this, or are you guys keeping on going straight towards the prize?
Beeline for
Exactly.
there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And at
Yes.
7 decks, that's pretty fast.
I am towards the back just by virtue of I don't need to rush there, so I'll probably check it out, but I'm not stopping.
That's fair.
We're not scrubs.
No, you
Thank you
watch
for that
after
earworm.
you watch after you succeeded, not before.
And as you make it towards the mausoleums, you see these rather old, ancient mausoleums that probably were constructed in the late 1600s, early 1700s. Just about the time that this whole place was either founded or discovered. The middle one, you can see, is locked up. Those with aspects know that there is a ward.
Mace is spiked with blood magic.
Mm-hmm. The ward on the door.
Can I tell what kind of ward it might be in relation to, Junie? I'm sure it means kindred, but there's a chance for anything.
Kindred and ghouls, actually.
Is it on the entire building or just the door?
Just the door.
Mainly the entrance.
Shai is going to go about 10, 15 feet to the right. And then he'll knock on the wall and then just punch a hole through it. I can't roll this, but I have an effective 13 strength at the moment for this. So it's up to you.
Give me strength and dex because you're just doing a raw punch. Why not?
Potence is such good comedy.
You're not
Yes, it
wrong.
is.
While he's doing that, Spotter check the ley lines while he's obfuscated.
Absolutely.
Okay. Everything looked normal-ish as far as...
I mean, you're not in Chicago anymore, so these webs are mixed with not only older Chicago. I mean, like what this was a settlement, but you're also looking at the ley lines of it's a cemetery.
Mhm.
There's not a whole lot
Yeah.
of activity here.
Okay. My main concern is, do I see, like, I would recognize what the BSD did to the ley lines down in the tomb.
Yeah, no.
None of that here. Okay.
Mm-mm. Nothing twisted.
Gotcha.
It's pure.
Got it. Thank you.
Five successes.
With your 5 successes, you punch through pure marble. Pure old marble. It just goes right in. And with that crack, you start to see the wall start to break. Like there was very few things holding it together. I'm assuming you start to rip the wall apart.
That is true.
It is an old mausoleum. It's looks like maybe 2 rooms. The first parts, of course, you come in, you put the body on display, and in the back is where the bodies are finally buried. There is an altar. Some accoutrements that are sitting there to be used as per any Catholic priest would.
Anything weird about this room?
Why don't you give me a wits and who's got a wits and occult?
I don't have occult at all.
Well, gosh, I would fucking hope so. I don't know why I was bothering to check.
I mean, Tremere gonna Tremere.
It'd be kind of embarrassing if I had no occult. But yeah, I can roll that.
I got a single die. Let's try.
Sure.
I think you lose status amongst the Tremere if you don't have at least one dot of occult.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I have a dot of occult. Wits occult,
Sure.
you said?
Okay, so Bastion's got 1 success.
I got a funky one.
Funky Commedia. Dang.
Yeah, I only got 1 and I'm not re-rolling that.
No.
Valid.
I'm not wasting willpower on that.
Yeah, no, fucking like not catastrophic failure, but about as close to a catastrophic failure as I can get without actually being one.
Okay. Well, being that you all are aware of the occult, you do notice that there are several symbols behind the altar. As you all get closer, the altar has this little bit of a crack in the wall. You can feel a breeze. And as you see all of these symbols behind, you then realize they're all of the clans. Recessed in marble.
Are there any enemies in the room right now?
No.
Magnus takes out his phone and snaps a picture of it.
Okay. Clan is he? Clan with sun.
Head.
He's Malkavian.
We want to head through here or a more normal entrance?
Let's go through. We're already here.
I would like to open the door again.
With potence?
Yes.
Okay, so the storyteller will remind you that the altar is against the wall and the wall is slightly cracked with wind coming through. Are we pulling the altar away from the wall?
We can do it that way.
Or, I mean, if you punch through the wall, you leave and exit the mausoleum.
Pick up the altar and throw it.
Pick up the altar and throw it through the wall. There you go.
Would you like to do that?
No, I will interact with the puzzle appropriately.
You don't have to answer. I mean,
No, it's fine. There'll be plenty of things for me to punch in a minute. It's fine.
That reaction is every D&D player I've ever had. Thank you.
Fine, I'll do the puzzle.
And all you do is just push the Malkavian button and the thing just moves for you. It's like it's actually kind and courteous. And not only does it scoot out of the way, then it pulls out. So you don't even have to move.
And let me guess, there's stairs going down.
Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
we pressed the Malkavian button, and it wasn't until after we pressed it that the cracks appeared in the mirror. Just because they're extra about designing a button.
Mirror was already cracked, but we're going to go with that. Sure, we'll slowly splinter up into even more cracks, so that you're looking at a spider web of all of these cracks. And part of actually, some of the mirror falls down on you because it's so cracked.
Oh, it's going down.
The staircase goes from what looked like marble down to wood. It's old, it's creaky, but it's more of a half spiral, not a full like tight one. You could at least fit 3 people down the staircase at a time. It's there, and it's a good thing that you're now actually underground, because then you feel the rumbling. You feel the jumps. You feel the earth shifting and moving. There is a huge battle going on outside, and you're missing it. But the reason is because you're going right for what you need to. And then you have to wonder, what the hell is that crazy Malkavian doing? But we're not going to go into detail about that. And as you go down that final bit of the staircase, you see a huge, and there goes my mic, a huge opening. It looks like it used to be part of where they would meet as this city, as this part of Illinois was developing. You walk into what looks like an old forgotten Elysium. It's marbled. Not all of it. Marbled actually from the ceiling down and where it meets the wood. There are several different tunnels. Yes, Magnus.
How old is this Elysium?
Several hundred years.
So before the city of Chicago, or
way before.
Okay.
We have to remember, Meneley came here in mid 1700s with Helena. He had to start there, at least historically wise.
Okay.
You're
I was
seeing.
just wondering if this would have been active since Magnus became a kindred.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to see roots coming down trying to recollect. I mean, for Taylor, this is like a whole, dig at some point. Not at this
It's
moment,
Tomb Raider all over again. Let's go.
I know.
Except you don't have polygon level breasts for this.
Right?
No, we decided to go more human and go a little bit more...
A little more photorealistic, you know?
Also, there's not, a whole bunch of wildlife that you're just killing because it exists.
Right.
And T-Rexes and giant monsters and all that shit. Yeah.
Now, we can't guarantee that he's a Malkavian.
True.
True, but at the same time, at least the boob physics are real.
Yeah. And they're not just permanently perky. Okay.
I mean, your kindred, they are permanently perky as of point of death. Congratulations.
I feel like that's less being a kindred and more that she's Bahari. But
yes, both apply at this stage. Both. So you've got 4 different ways, 4 different tunnels that are lit, and you hear the grumbling echoing in this main chamber. Which way would you like to go?
I'm going to whisper, is there anyone obfuscated in the room with us?
Bastion actually can say that there is nobody obfuscated in this room.
Okay.
Bastion simply shakes his head to not make a lot of sound.
Nods.
Are there any ghosts in any of these passages?
No. It's almost like this place is a void of ghost for a reason or 2.
All right, who has heightened senses? Who can hear where things are coming from? Because that's where we go.
Or check for a draft or something.
Bastion takes one earplug off and he perks up to try and see if he can hear something with heightened senses.
Give me a wits and awareness. Let's see how good your hearing really is. Add your aspects to this, please.
Okay. That's a bit more dice. I will spend the willpower. It is kind of important. So that 6 and a crit.
With 6 and a crit, As you listen, not only you hear the battle that's going on upstairs and the cackling and the howling and some weird ass singing. As you dive deeper into this, because I can't say words clearly, it is down in this main chamber. It is to your right, and it's the upper tunnel, and you can actually hear Sun speaking. He's about a good, several rooms away from you at this point. And you hear him saying, "No, you will obey me. Stop fighting me. You need this power, and you're willing to take it because they're not going to give it up. They're going to take it from you, and they're going to kill all of you."
Bastian pulls, he puts his plug back again, and he says, "Right one and the utmost option for our travels. Beware, Sun is trying to probably mind control a few people to diablerize us."
Excellent. Let's go.
Theo just mutters the word irony and then keeps following everyone.
And as we're walking down the hall, Taylor actually takes out her sword and readies it.
Bastian takes out his rifle as well.
Magnus has already had his claws out.
As you walk down this hallway, you are slipped into an antechamber. Antechamber is smaller than the massively huge room you were just in. It looks like this is more of a council. And it's there that you can see in the next room adjacent to it. Sun is pacing back and forth. You see the guards in front of that doorway, and you see what looks like several people tied up at this moment as he is trying to control them.
You were saying I have line of sight on Sun.
He is pacing back and forth. Yes, you have light on Sun because you have actually done illumination tray. And I totally forgot about that. And that's my bad. And I apologize. But you still found him anyhow.
Honestly, it seemed like it was a straight hallway that just had like elevation changes, not directional changes. So we're good. I'm going to, you all see Theodore. As soon as he locks his eyes onto Sun, he ticks his head to the side. And I'm going to use Extinguish Vitae.
Okay.
Spicy meatball.
As you roll that, Kajai, Taylor.
Yep. I'm going for whatever guard that I know. Kajai, he is not a man to sit around and wait. He's going to pick a target and immediately move. So once she sees the one he's going after, she's going to take the other.
Okay. What are you two rolling?
Mine is going to be Dex and melee with my specialty in swords.
Okay. Kajai, what are you doing?
I'm also utilizing the La Sombra clan merit to get a 2 successes that are considered a messy crit.
Got you.
I am slashing with my sword for a total of, I do have prowess up, so it's actually 14 dice. 10, 11, 14 dice.
Okay, and while I'm rolling that, Bastian and Magnus, what are you two doing?
Bastian.
Sorry, go ahead.
Magnus. Okay, so I'll go first. Bastian is going to carefully take aim and try to angle his shot in a way that it bounces through a wall and hits both kneecaps as he's walking.
Okay, give me a roll for that one. Magnus, what are you doing?
Magnus is following Taylor and Kajai in and trying to use his dex to kind of stay in the blind spot of Sun as he's coming in behind those two so that Sun sees them and doesn't see Magnus until basically the last second. I rolled a 3 on the stealth, so.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
That was hopefully he will miss me, but I'll do the same with Kajai.
Gotcha. What did you get for your attacks, Taylor?
I got 13 messy crit, and I'm doing a called shot to behead this fucker.
Fuck. Okay, go ahead, Kajai.
And because I do two ag on top of my damage from that. So
All right, whoever's going for the heart, if his head comes off, get it quick, because otherwise this won't work.
no, I'm doing the guard, not sun.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Easier. less important to the
You're correct. Less important. What did
If anyone could hear what's playing in our headphones at this time, it is the yeahs heads will roll.
that's appropriate.
I love that song. I love the video too.
So I have 8 with a crit. So, and between my prowess and my sword, it's an extra +5 damage. So if I could possibly decapitate this person as well, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Bastion, what'd you get on your roll?
I got a 12 on a crit, and I am doing a cold shot to take off both his kneecaps. And in Bastion's headphones, y'all can hear California Girls, a new pop song that just released.
Magnus and Spotter, give me a Jackson F roll, please. Death and Axes. Because fuck my life in a handbasket.
Here, Junie, just to put a little bit of that energy back onto you, Sun needs to roll stamina composure versus my int blood source.
What's your in blood source?
It's a contested roll, so whoever gets more, I believe.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Kajai?
Just say, is there anybody left to hear either of the other two? I feel like everybody's pretty busy at the moment.
Nice 4. Gotcha. Thank you, Spotter.
Hang on.
Okay, what's my diff, Theo?
3. I did not get good on that.
Okay, that's fine. What was my diff for the contested roll?
Sorry, I got in total. Fuck, that's terrible. I got a total of 1 success to extinguish Sun.
Yeah, no, he beat you. He's got
Of
2,
course.
4, 6. He rolled an 8 crit on that.
God, what a nunce. All right, so Theo also shouts, my bit didn't work.
So I'm going to, as things have happened, multiples at once, and Theo kind of tries to do his thing and he realizes it falters. The sword twins over here decide, coming up to, people like a boss is exactly how one should do when melee arrives, as they both turn around and in unison. I perfectly timed. They just raise their swords up and cut the heads off of both people as they just drop and flop. And as, of course, they are gracious enough as that gives Magnus and Spotter not only enough time to get into the room as Bastion, and they timed it to the point it's almost like ballet.
A ballet.
They move apart to go into the room as they see Bastion's bullet go right through, not just both kneecaps. Oh, we don't stop there. What kind of caliber of bullet were you using, Bastion?
I don't know my guns, but it's a pretty old rifle that was used in the World War I.
Oh, okay, great. Because ricocheting is a thing. And ricocheting between bullets, I'm sure Mama can say, is a bitch. Because it makes things into hamburger meat. And not only did you hit the cold shot as you said it, but going through and hitting a fabric of bone, causing the trajectory of the bullet to go up into a hip, is not a hard thing to do. As all of a sudden, Sun screams out in some kind of agony pain, which has broken what he was doing with his lovely party, and falls down onto the floor.
Did anyone else think that he would have let out a noise like a squeaky toy?
Yes.
So, Junie.
Yeah.
I need a question on this because I already
You need an answer, right?
Yes, I need an answer on this question. Sorry.
Cool. You're fine.
I already rolled the called shot. Can Magnus just go in with his claws? The quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So that way
That's what I've been
ribs don't get in the
told.
way. Yeah, the ribs don't get in the way that way. And, doctor and all. Magnus just go up through the stomach with the claws and tear his heart out right like that.
I mean, you're going through the stomach literally to get to the heart. But what did you roll before I say yes or no?
I rolled 7 successes on a called shot, which is you take 2 dice away before you.
Yeah.
You want to hold them while I'm doing it? I can move in and hold them, and that helps.
I'd say you both back and tag, but that's up to you. Would you guys like to, as your ballerina moving around the bullet, and then as he's falling, grab, hold, and I'm good with that if you'd like.
Do it.
Okay. And he just
go on.
Yeah, I mean, he takes the heart out.
As that happens, Taylor and Kajai, you come walking in and you see 10 kindred that have been bound. Magnus, you'll notice the Malkavians you had a meeting with in there. And Bastion and Theo, are you joining?
Sure. Idly, seeing that there's Malks tied to chairs and stuff, I'll look for Penny, see if she's amongst them.
She is.
Okay.
They're gagged.
Unforgettable.
Magnus
And
turns to Theo and is just like, heart.
That was fast.
He said get it to him quick, so...
And Taylor's going to look at Sun. He's still with it? He's still screaming?
Oh, he kind of, he was screaming, and then the heart was taken out. So he's kind of there. Not there, but there.
He's in torpor.
Oh, being that his heart has been removed from his body, yes. I would call that a yes. I don't think he can respond, but he's there, but he's not, if you know what I mean. Eyes wide open, staring straight up.
She will grab his wrist and take a sip just to see if there's anything left.
Oh, there is blood there. Yes. He's just got his heart ripped out, but that's about as much blood. I mean, the blood really, he didn't have much of life.
He hasn't really roused anything. He's got decent blood in there. Okay. So she's going to go ahead and drink 2 down to get her back down to 0. And she's not going to kill him. She'll take him down to basically where he is at near 0.
You'll notice that with all the other kindred that are in the room with you, they're all bound and gagged. But they all kind of give you this kind of collective knowing, and they aren't turning around to try and stop you guys from doing anything. It's more of like this quiet complacency, and they all then close their eyes. Like they're all in some kind of agreement. They're not watching anything that's going on here because they don't want to know.
Still, though, Theo took his own precautions. First, he opens up his doctor's bag and sets out a bottle of what looks like a decent red wine. Nothing too fancy, but it's not cheap either. And then he also sets out a Ziploc bag that has some sort of gray stuff in it that you can't quite tell, as well as a plastic water bottle. Looks like it's been reused 1 billion times, full of water. And then he reaches in and takes out a, similar to the marble from the mausoleum that got destroyed, but obviously in better shape, is a large marble mortar and pestle, where he then immediately takes the heart, chucks it in, starts crushing it up. You hear, for those who do know the language, it is Latin, but it's as if Latin was spoken in Pig Latin and backwards. It's very hard to follow this.
As you do that, there's a soft hum in the chamber. It's like all the people in that chamber right now are humming so that they don't hear, and they're giving you all a sense of safety.
And while he's still grinding up the heart, he also reaches into his doctor's bag and pulls out what seems to be the top sheet of a bed, like just a simple white sheet. And he just holds it out while he's grinding, takes a quick second in his chanting to say, "Someone hold this up between us and them. I don't trust them, just to be safe."
Ashton grabs it.
It's literally just a sheet, but any amount of barrier is a good thing.
Yep.
And then you see Theo reaches over and opens up the wine, pours it slowly in as he mixes until the bottle is entirely in the mortar and pestle. He sets it back. Then he opens up the Ziploc bag, reaches in, throws a few pinches in, and as he takes it out, you all can tell that it's ash of some kind. And then he starts stirring that and chanting again, changing direction of the stirs, the whole deal. And finally, he reaches over to the really shitty plastic water bottle and unscrews the cheap cap and pours a few splashes in as well. And as he starts chanting now, you all can easily catch odd little bits of non-Latin. You can't tell what language it would be exactly, but you can tell that it's no longer like the European love language style. There's something different to this now. And as he finishes, there is a soft glow for a couple seconds on the mixture before he then just in the circle that we're all probably standing in, he just immediately passes to the left and hands it to whoever would be immediately there and says, drink, pass to the next.
Those that do have aspects, you do see the pedestal itself glow a kind of gold. The liquid inside is kind of this muddy kind of mixture of a Merlot with golden flakes in it. It's almost like he's performed almost like something you would have seen in a ritual back in church.
And
Transubstantiation.
And Theo seems half in a trance, like he's giving you instructions, but you can tell that his personality is not really connected to him at the moment. So it was probably just, I assumed Magnus would be the one just right next to him since doctor and he'd pay attention to stuff too. So I just pass it to Magnus and then he'll pass it to the next, etc.
Yep. Magnus takes it, drinks some, passes it to the next person, which I'm guessing Spotter at this point.
Yeah, Spotter. And then do the same. I pass it to probably Bastion because he's holding up the thing with me.
Yes, Bastion takes a sip while admiring the colors and then passes it to Dr. Taylor.
Taylor takes it. She actually looks at it. She doesn't have Auspex, so what does she see with it?
You're going to see what looks like a mulled wine mixed in with a bit of a swirling of gray and a just a fleck, a little bit of like a gold tone to it.
And she'll sniff it. What does it smell like?
A mixture of, the wine, which I'm sure is a deep
It's like
red.
a Merlot or something.
Yeah, the wine is the strongest scent in that bowl for sure.
But you smell the ash, you smell the different ingredients, but you also smell Vitae. Not just any. It is old. It has been cured. Almost like it was sitting there and simmering for over 150 years.
She takes it and she drinks it and then passes it to Kajai.
Kajai just takes it, drinks it, and hands it back to the Tremere.
And Theo takes it, tops off the rest. You see that there is still stuff in the bowl. And he sets it down and then just sort of places his hand hovering over it a little bit and does a little bit more chanting. And Storyteller, what role would you like me to pull off here?
I need you to do...
It's int blood sorcery for like regular VFi stuff, but you said something else, I think. Or is that one okay?
No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I have absolutely no problem with that.
Do I have any minimum successes I need? Anything like
Surge
that?
that int.
Oh, yes. Not a bad idea. I will surge that int right now. And holy fuck, I do not get hungrier. So I'm still at 0 fucking hunger.
Nice.
Congrats.
Okay.
So now I got 5 ints to utilize. So I'll do that instead.
You gotta search that in, my guy.
Six successes.
Nice. As you finish off this ritual, all 6 of you in a circle, all joined by blood, not just anyone's blood. As you drink and as you swallow and as it courses through your veins, you feel Jason Newberry, but you don't hear him. This ritual is now affecting you, has taken control of you. You feel that you have now diablerized an elder. You did not have to fight his soul for this. You did not have to fight his will or anything else. As it takes a hold of you, I would say anyone that was hungry, you go back down to 0. But at the same point, you feel a new sense of power, a new sense of yourself. You're revitalized. Everyone, please give me a roll of your humanity plus your blow of potency and times it by 5.
Oh, I forgot to do my cheeky thing. Oh, well.
Can we willpower this roll?
Nope. Sorry.
I'm good. I have 7
Spotter?
successes with a crit.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Give me 1 second.
So it was what?
Hang on, she's calling.
It's humanity and blood potency. What is your
Okay.
success?
5.
That's 25.
That's 25 XP for you, Taylor.
6. So that's 30 XP for me.
Kajai, you had 7?
7 with a crit, yes.
The crit doesn't matter. It's going to be then 35 for you, XP. Magnus,
5.
that is 25 for you. Bastion,
6.
that is 30 for you. And Theo,
And another 5.
25 for you. Congratulations, you've just committed group diablerie on Sun.
Do we go up any generations?
Give me a moment. Are you all collectively 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I say this for all the people watching too, and for posterity.
Because not after tonight, are we?
You go down 1 generation together.
All right.
It's a hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have now transcended below and are now your maker's generation. The hum hasn't stopped. None of them have said anything. Even though the blanket is still up, no one has tried to move out of their chair. No one has tried to do anything. And as you slowly come down from this wonderful high, those with aspects, you will see that everyone in your coterie has a soft golden glow.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Taylor will actually, as she comes back to herself after this experience, move towards the Malkavians and start untying them.
Yeah, as soon as
Magnus will also go help untie them all.
I'm specifically going over to Penny, first removing her gag and saying, this wouldn't be a good book, and just start untying her.
Yeah.
She gives you a giggle, and when she's untied, she goes, "Can I give you a hug, please?"
Fine. And he'll hold out his hands for a hug.
She will give you probably one of the biggest hugs you've ever gotten.
And you guys see Theodore sincerely patting her back and trying to comfort her. He's not good at it, but you can see he's putting forth effort to care for this girl.
Spotter's going to watch the door just in case.
The other Malkavians. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, Bastion hasn't lowered his rifle. He's still looking at the door.
That's fair. As you guys free the Malkavians, it's Browen lets, Penny do her thing. She'll just go to Taylor, Kajai, Spot. Spotter's actually looking at something. She'll look to the others that are remaining and give them a nod going, "Thank you. He's had us here since Thursday. And we've been collectively resisting him.
So
Appreciate it."
So he couldn't even mount his defense right. God, what a waste.
Bronwyn, correct?
I
The resilience of your clan is notable.
We didn't want to fall. And we knew if somebody was going to come, they were going to come in droves. And you can still hear the battle going on. The explosions, all that fun stuff. Weird, odd cackle somewhere going on. Spotter, you will know that cackle. from World War One.
Oh,
And Brown will just go, he's strong, or was strong, but at the same time, he didn't realize as a group we're stronger.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Theo's going to go back to Sun's body and take his fangs.
Penny will just kind of help him if need be, because she's just...
Wouldn't he be Ash at this point? Because
Yeah,
we
we need Ash
technically
and make sure he's
diablerized him.
You diablerized him, but you didn't diablerize
Yeah,
him.
our fangs never touched his body, so his body's still technically there and will ash naturally as time goes on.
we just
Oh,
chop his head
it
off or
will
something?
once you tip flying.
That's the last
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So,
But she
I'm taking-
Taylor looks to Bronwyn, help your people get out.
doing that now. I'm already in talking. We didn't see nothing. Are we to say anything?
This was sanctioned by our prince.
Fair enough. We'll tell everyone. Go home. The show is over. You guys need anything from me specifically as thanks? I'm sure you know where my bar is.
The
Mhm.
Blue Velvet, correct?
Aye, you know it?
I've heard of it.
And I know all of you. It's not hard. You guys have been in the web for quite some time now.
And Taylor just looks amongst the crowd and says, be safe, all of you.
They'll nod. And he will help Theo and go, I got book recommendations. Can I give them to you later? I don't think this is the right time.
No, that's really better served for when we're on the L.
Yeah. But tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Go home, rest, get a drink, punch something in the face, whatever you need.
I'm going to go home, drink, and read a book.
Fair enough. I'll talk with you later.
Oh, thanks. And she'll give him one more hug before she leaves.
It's again very awkward and side huggish.
Taylor literally gives a look to Theodore.
He makes full and direct eye contact with Taylor, like, try me. And then goes about his fucking business.
Man, he's almost a real boy.
I know, right?
Join a coterie, they said. It'd be beneficial for you, they said.
It'll be fun.
You turned into a real man. And as the
Punk bitches, just saying.
Welcome.
The Malkavians will head up as Brown leads them out, almost like she knew the way anyhow.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming you guys are coming up?
Yes. And if I see Artemis, I will.
Not yet.
Okay. I'm
You're
going to be
hearing
waiting until. Well, that's right. She said 30 minutes. So I'm going to wait where we were supposed to meet.
The fighting
Back to the
slowly stops dissipating. There's a couple more bombs somewhere that explode because why not?
I mean, you have Burha involved. There's bound to be shit blowing up.
It's on our
Yeah.
territory.
Then, Malkavians.
Oh, Magnus would have cleaned his hands off on one of the bodyguard's clothes before heading up,
Valid.
and he's no longer has the claws or anything. He's just looks like his usual look.
Taylor just sheaths her sword and walks out.
You guys.
Pointing.
Well, I'm sorry. You one-shotted somebody, my guy.
You got one beheading, man.
Damn. At the same time Taylor did. No, you did more damage than they had. But they
Taylor looks
could.
to
Wow.
Kajai and says, dude, that was fucking flawless. It was expedient. We got the job done.
I'm sure Capone will be a much
Reframe your
harder target.
expectations. We were going against Malkavians.
Half of the cemetery goes, we heard that.
They say it all perfectly in sync, too, because
Yeah,
that
I know.
plan's fucking creepy.
And Taylor just says, no disrespect.
None taken.
It's not like we were hunting Gangrel.
They're easier. You got to smile. Can't help it. And as you guys come back, ironically enough, it's exactly a half an hour later where you see Josephine standing there. Her skirt's not exactly intact anymore. It's half ripped. Her top is full of kind of bullet holes. She's standing in perfect attention.
Aziz Artemis.
She drops right to the floor, right to the ground.
And
Magnus
Taylor will
catches her.
actually go to her and help her up.
It takes a minute or two. It's almost like she has to breathe for a second and go, okay, ow, ooh, Well, that was fun, I think. How did we do?
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
It was flawless.
Is he dead or is he dead?
He's dead.
We did.
Good.
And never
Yeah,
coming back.
Theo will just very awkwardly just raise up in his two fingers the two fangs just to make sure that she sees.
May I touch for a second?
And he'll hold it out to her.
And she, with bloody hands, gently touches it. She closes her eyes, gives a bit of a shiver. Okay. Sorry, I had to verify. Ooh. Really gonna take a shower after this.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Ow. Right. Okay. Who decided to bring bullets? Because I think I turned into Deadpool.
If you need some help with that, I can.
Wait, I've seen this cartoon. We need to get you something to drink. Hang on.
Oh, geez, no.
That's not how this works. Haven't you ever been in a war before?
No.
Oh, well, I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you, as one has been in many, is not exactly. I could drink whatever once. It's not going to turn out and shoot out like that. That's just wrong.
Damn.
Cartoon physics don't work in the real world, darling.
That would have been
Ow.
so funny.
No, it's not. It hurts.
Well, it hurts
No.
now, but in a few nights, once you've recovered, it'll be hilarious.
Stand in front of several magazines. I'd like to see how you do that.
Junie, does she have any egg?
Oh yeah, that woman's rocking an egg. I mean, it literally looks like
cool.
she stood in front of a machine gun.
Surged int did not get hungrier. So that's 6 plus
Is there a way I
4
can
because
assist
kindred
him?
count as a cadaver.
Of course, she's a cadaver. Yes, absolutely. You guys are doctors. I mean,
Cool.
Could I assist him and just give him like an extra die or something? Because I don't really want to like do my own roll, but I still want to help.
sure. I mean, if you want, give me an Indian medicine roll.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
No, I meant Theo to you.
Oh, okay.
While these two doctors are working on the Josephine just standing there, thankfully she's not completely bleeding because she didn't blush. The car is coming around. They're coming slowly to collect you. And you will start, those that still have Auspex up will see the Nosferatu slowly coming back. Add 5 extra dice to your roll, Magnus. They're slowly coming back, and at the same time, those that don't have Auspex can start to see some of the other kindred slowly coming out.
8 successes total.
8 successes. Did you add the 5?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right. So you do bring down her damage quite a bit. Thank you. You will start to see other kindred coming out. You can tell by their clothes they're either Bruja, Malk, Gangrel.
Do I
There's
see
an
any
adventure or
any familiar faces amongst the Bruja? Because she was at the Brujaha.
Oh, yeah. You see some of the younger ones.
And
You
she
see
just
some of them-
smiles to them.
You notice when you smile to them, they all give you a respectful nod. And they all kind of flash over a sign. And anarchs mark themselves one way or another. And they show that they don't have that mark to you.
Right.
They're aware of your allegiance. But at the same time, they're showing you, we didn't go that way, but we listened to you and Mark. It's kind of their silent recognition.
She also shows her arm and shows that there's nothing. And puts it down.
Kajai?
Didn't know you had so many friends.
I get around.
It is getting lovely full in here.
Over Magnus.
Does Magnus recognize any of the gangrel that are there?
You would see some of your old friends there, actually. Some of them are a little battered and bruised, but they're not as bad as Josephine was.
Magnus just looks at them and like holds up his doctor's bag, like, "Hey, you need you need some help?"
They kind of give you a sign of we're gonna stop by your bar. There was one small little about no more than 5'2" woman with a cape on, a hood that's down, and she just quietly scutters to you guys going, "Is it true? Is he gone?"
He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, gone.
It was magnificent.
Spotter, you would recognize this Nosferatu is known as Bells.
Oh, hey, Bells.
Quiet little. She's more mousy. She turned into more of a mouse. So we don't have to worry about him anymore?
I put my hand on
Never
her shoulder.
again.
You don't have to worry about him ever again.
Well, we were getting a little worried.
Yeah.
We were trying not to bet, but some did bet. But we're just making sure you guys are okay.
Could be good to repurpose any tunnels he left.
We're good. And there's a sudden vacancy in the graveyard.
Oh, really? Yes. Sorry, we've been trying to make things around him and then trying to come up with a plan to try and get him back, but we didn't really do that. So, yes, you're gone. All good?
I look her right in the eye and say, "You build right on fucking top of him."
Are you teasing or tempting or telling me I can?
This ain't Chicago. I don't have any say.
True, but at the same time, you're one of the important ones.
Look, if anyone says anything, you just send them my way.
Really? I can? Promise?
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be glorious then.
Before she heads off, Theo's going to like indicate to her real quick and then point to Kajai. You asked an excellent point that I do want the answer to. And Theo will specifically wait for Kajai to re-ask his question to her.
Who won the bet?
Oh, right. We give me a second.
Take all the time you need.
You see her scutty around right back to this group of Nosferatu, and they all kind of get down together in a small little huddle. And then she nods, scurries back. But this time, as she scurries back over to you guys, you hear a small little chime of bells. They're at the bottom of her cloak. She took off Silence of Death. And so she scurries on, and you hear these small little clingy, clangy bells. And she smiles and says, "I did."
Oh.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I said that you guys would get it done underneath 30 minutes and that it would be all good.
I'm glad that your faith in us was rewarded.
Well, of course, you're the Mighty Six.
The Mighty Six.
Mighty Six.
Of course. Haven't you guys heard of yourselves?
I'm not certain if I like that term, but I doubt we can change it.
You never like anything, Theo.
Oh, I like plenty of things.
Oh,
just
he
not
certainly
that.
likes something.
Okay.
We know about we were especially betting on that.
They hugged.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't. Who?
You need
I'm
to
that bad.
present me to the betting rules. I need to know everything. I have to bet on things, specifically about Theo.
Are you sure you want to know all the things we're betting on?
Sure, of course. I have no limits.
You're in for it, buddy.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you're in for it.
Theo reaches into his doctor's bag, takes out his notebook, jots down a couple more notes, shuts it, and throws it a little too aggressively into the doctor's bag.
And Taylor looks and says, because did Bells introduce herself?
Not yet. She hasn't said her name yet.
And I'm sorry, and you are?
Yeah. Oh, hi, I'm Bells.
Bells, pleasure to meet you. I'm Taylor.
I know you're Dr. Taylor. That's Kajai. Of course, we all know Spotter. That's Dr. Magnus. That's Bastion. And there's Dr. Tio.
Theo.
You hear Theo just sort of, his head dips, just like, it's better than the others.
I mean, we were going to call you Teddy, but we heard you didn't like Teddy, so we thought Tio would be better.
Teddy just makes me feel like a U.S. president, which I'm not.
Well, thank you for you and your clan's assistance tonight. Truly.
You're welcome. We wanted to make sure you guys were as safe as possible. At the same time, we may or may not have tried to disable the traps when we saw you guys were coming.
Appreciate it.
Appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah, the a couple of things were a little bit icky, but that's okay. We got it all done. I'll tell you later. Why don't you guys go in and do your thing?
Yeah.
The explosions. We should get out of here before I have to explain things to the police.
Exactly.
We already did that. You're good.
Ooh.
Oh,
Your top shelf, Bells. Top shelf.
I am, but you guys have a great one. And it's so cool. Maybe you. Oh my gosh! I don't know if I'm gonna go to sleep tonight.
And with that, Taylor just waves to her and heads to the car.
Yeah.
I pat her on the
Yes.
shoulder again and get in the car.
And as you guys get in the car and drive back to Chicago, this is where we go on break. So we'll see you guys in 10.
We'll be back,
And
y'all.
everything. And we're back. We just had a massive thing of group diablerie. Yay! No black lines or anything. Don't ask me how. And so the coterie has met some of their fans. Some quiet, messages have been passed. They met Bells, who's now in Chicago Hidden City, if you want to see what she looks like. But you guys find yourself driving back. Do we speak at all during the drive, or are we just heading right into your secret chamber to do more, quiet talking?
I got to text 8-Ball on the way back. Just job's done.
I'm just kind of conversing a bit with Josephine and asking her if she's able to get safely back to her place to get cleaned up and rested and stuff.
I can call my driver. I didn't know we were doing this tonight, but I guess we're here. And well,
I can have the driver drop you off.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if you guys are all close to the south side, but
We can take you there.
Yeah, we could drop you off on our way back
Yeah, I
in.
think we can swing by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
oh, much obliged. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put y'all out.
Not at all.
Oh,
Nope.
it has been a pleasure to have your company, Josephine.
Oh, stop. You're just going to make my ego swell up. We don't need that. Now, do we?
I actually am going to put your ego down a little, because I only took one shot to both knees and the hip.
Oh, now you're just boasting.
Oh, he did, though.
I missed it. Oh, now I'm disappointed.
And
Now-
Kajai and I, we were like synchronized swimmers with beheading the guards. It was fantastic.
You got to behead Liddy and Squiggy?
Mm-hmm.
They have been a
One shot. One
Well,
shot.
no, those are my nicknames. And one is called Agrador, and the other one is Igraci. I don't remember. It was all
Not
great to me,
anymore.
They don't have
literally.
names anymore.
They're both called Ash now.
They're both called Ash. Yeah.
I'm not sad at all to hear this. Wait a minute. If Sun's gone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. It's just me realizing I don't have any opposition anymore.
No, you don't.
No,
You're welcome.
You're
congratulations,
welcome.
Primogen.
It's wild to think that we have two Primogen in the car with us.
I know.
hmm
We are important people.
That means I've got to call my sire then.
Yeah.
I don't really want to call him. Not a fan.
Just means she'll be great at it.
Oh, sure. How good your French?
And Taylor
A little
slips
rusty.
into perfect French and says, "It's adequate.
Great. Do you want to talk to him?
If you want me to, I will."
Oh, you don't even see the phone come out as she's already dialing the number.
What's his name?
You just call him father. That's all you do.
He's not my father.
Well, that's all he refers to himself as. he's kind of a big, huge ego-y thing.
Oh,
As the phone rings, it's about the second ring that comes in, and you hear it's perfect French, but it's very ancient French.
And Taylor is speaking in French and says, "Good evening. This is Dr. Taylor Hammond on behalf of Miss Josephine."
Is she injured?
She's fine. She is now in a position within Chicago that will remove her from service to you.
Indeed. How?
Opposition was removed on order.
To whom's?
Mr. Jackson's.
Interesting. I didn't realize he was in play in this one. You do realize what you're removing from this chessboard, do you not?
Indeed.
I will inform Lucinda on this one. We didn't want to lose such a piece at this time. We were trying to get her ready to go after, shall we say, a more prominent venture on the eastern seaboard.
Well, I'm certain a woman such as Lucinda doesn't lack for assets she can deploy.
This is very true. However, this was one of our best assets. Let's just say I personally hound her.
Yes, I've heard all about that.
It's effective and efficient.
Mm-hmm. Do have a lovely evening. And she disconnects the call and hands the phone back to Josephine.
You take it well.
Let's just say he's disappointed that he doesn't get to use you anymore.
Oh, well, yeah. That's about 100 and some odd years worth of training thrown out the window, but I'm not upset about it at all.
Welcome to being your own woman, Josephine.
That's going to be weird. I might call you for some suggestions.
Taylor hands her a business card with her number on it.
Right. And then she'll pull out hers and you'll see that she owns an art gallery. I have a little thing. Actually, if any one of you likes art, I could borrow one of you guys for an art exhibition next weekend.
I could do that.
Oh, are you asking the Toreador that?
Well, I'm asking Aniel. I mean,
of course.
I'm an art dealer. If I stare at a picture and I just kind of zone out, do me a favor, buy that picture, have it covered up so I can come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's my quirk.
I'm sure Bastian would be wonderful to help you with that.
Oh, great. How's your tasting that? Oh, that
I am unconventional, to say the least. I could describe you very well how the shot splintered every bone it hit in sun. Now, if you want my critique on a painting, I will take some classes.
Right, so abstract art's your favorite.
You could say that.
You're not into portraits, are you?
I have nothing against them, as long as they're done in earnest effort.
Right, we're going for abstract art then. I know several galleries. It doesn't take long for you guys to get down to the south side to what looks like a very prim and proper Victorian home. Looks like it has stood with the test of time. And she'll go, "Oh, I'm here. If you all need to, you guys can come in here if you need it. Whenever you need a little bit of a spicing up or place to hide down for a bit. I promise that father won't know. He doesn't know about this place."
Be well, Josephine.
Thank you so much for the fun.
Of course.
Thank you for joining us. As she heads in, Storyteller, could I check her place for wards or any sort of magic? Just a
Sure.
quick glance, just a once over, just to see just how fortified this spot is.
You've got your auspex up, correct? It's glimmering. You don't even have to. That whole building is shimmering gold to you.
Any sort of structure I'd recognize? I only know the one ward, so I'm not familiar with other stuff too much, but
Let's just say the first part is wards, not just against kindred or ghoul. It's against everyone. And as you look at her and as she goes up, you'll notice that her weapons glow gold. Her bag, parts of her ripped outfit. Now, she touched you guys, but she was warded for almost anything else. She didn't know what she was going up against. And she'll wave to y'all before she goes in and closes the door.
as the door shuts, Theo just mutters, "I'll be damned, the Chantry special." And you all, like, he wasn't hiding it. He was like analyzing that building.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the driver will take you back to the bar.
So I gotta congratulate everyone. I had a few executions in my past, but that one takes the cake for the swiftest.
I mean, that makes efficient look inefficient.
Mm-hmm. It was lovely. It was like a blooming flower coming through us directly into sun.
Thank you, Kajai, for helping me knock off the rust.
Of course. It was not quite the same as running in the war, but it was efficient and effective.
And thank you all for making me the laziest Tremere in Chicago.
That didn't take much.
Ouch. I feel like I've been doing a lot of work lately.
I'm just teasing.
I deserve this break, Dr. Hammond.
I'm just teasing.
That ritual was something else entirely, though.
We can occasionally cook up some pretty interesting magic, can't we?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to do it again?
Of course. Get me another heart.
That's dangerous as fuck.
We could go all the way up to some very dangerous people if we did a lot of them.
It's better if we space them out a little. Otherwise, we may draw attention.
That's true.
That's fine. We don't need to do it very often. Just
No, but we do have marching orders.
Oh, yes. We'll still follow them. But for a first strike, this was rather good.
So perhaps upon we are looking at the stake to the heart and take him somewhere else kind of deal instead of doing it there immediately?
He's a lot cagier, I think.
He's going to have a lot of defenses and a lot of people around him unless we can lure him out somehow.
Yeah.
Wonder if Neely could.
Yeah. I'll tell you, he wanted to meet again at a later time, so maybe we call it in.
And Spotter, you know where that secret entrance lets out, correct?
Oh yes.
I think we discussed at one point meeting him at the back door.
I have to
deal with him. I don't know much, but from what I understand, not too many members of the Camarilla have experienced fighting with my clan. He's not the younger ones.
Mm-hmm. And Capone's brood is anything but old. A bunch of punks, really. And I don't mean that in the positive way.
Please. I'm older than Loden was.
I'm older than Ballard, and I work for him.
Oh, speaking about the brood,
work.
Capone wasn't alone in his visit with Nili, however.
Correct. Weatherbottom.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. I can keep him busy.
Excellent.
What if you were to invite him to that art exhibit that you're going to with Josephine?
I think by his taste, I would have more luck inviting him to that painted lady club.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
that got mentioned by whoever he had watching the cameras the day I went.
So,
I'm not
Taylor,
about to
you
spoil
could,
all secrets.
Taylor, you could get Bastion a invite, shall we say?
I
Painted
could.
Lady is rather exclusive.
She
otherwise.
is. She is. She's not a particular fan of Bobby, but she might be able to teach him some lessons.
Oh, hold on. If Capone may suspect something's up if Weatherbottom's busy, just throwing it out there. Weatherbottom's a known quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want him to bring him with him?
I mean, we could, but Bobby's on direct orders not to interfere.
Right. I'm just worried if he's not there, he brings someone else that's, I mean, I'm
More
not
muscle?
worried, but
Yeah.
someone actually capable.
Yeah.
If he brings someone else, then Kajai just has more fun
Yes,
playing with it.
I was about to say we have to entertain Kajai somewhat.
Right.
You're so high maintenance, Kajai.
That's the privilege in life.
Yeah.
Moved on up, as the humans say.
Yeah. Just
But
the low
doubt he
plane
could
just can't stand
find
into
someone.
splendor.
I doubt he could find someone that would be much of a threat to us unless he has some elder asleep somewhere.
That's a good point. We know he's in with Maxwell.
I mean, if he brings Maxwell with him, that's 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, it's
That
true.
that
but
would
Maxwell may
if,
know people.
if we're talking about efficiency, that would be hilariously efficient.
Would be.
To the point where I'd almost feel worried and paranoid because that would be things going too well for us.
Yeah, I'd start looking for
I'd start looking for the other shoe
pulling
to drop.
strings.
Mm-hmm.
Because things going that well immediately lead to a catastrophic collapse of something else.
Exactly.
My ancestor, perhaps. So let's not wager that.
Yeah.
Kajai, your talents with the dark, are they specifically shadows or can it just be pitch dark?
Darkness, as I was told, it's not actually the dark, though. It's, I don't know, something else. But I don't think it needs to have proper lighting for most of what I can do to work.
All right. I genuinely, as you said, not many in the Camarilla actually have all that much experience with La Sombra. I have next to none aside from you.
I have seen them create a shroud that suffocated any living beings within it.
And I wasn't there for it, but that's what happened at the World Fair.
Exactly.
I've seen a bit in New York.
Apart from shadows.
I've seen them
Arms.
traverse by shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And also use the shadows as an avatar.
Oh,
to
that's
listen
interesting.
And hear through and things like that.
There are some of us are older members that can turn into a weird 2-dimensional shadow. That is concerning.
Some of the very oldest can make the shadows into an armor, I believe.
Like every time that any of you starts talking about your clans, I feel like you got a bad deal out of mine.
You're the clan of emotional manipulators, okay? Really?
True. If there's one thing to be said positively towards the clan Toreador, it's that they work people like puppets.
Yes.
Thank
And
you
that's
for the
admirable.
positive. Thank
And
you for
that's
the positive.
Where are you guys exactly in the bar? Are you guys in your secret hidey hole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not
We're
talking
not
about this
talking
anywhere
kindred
else.
business
Yeah, no,
in the
this is-
public.
That would be like 6 masquerade breaches in one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to kill everybody.
Now, my question is, did you leave the bar open or did you close it?
It's
the bar
open.
is open.
Yeah.
So you hear, Magnus, you get a little buzz saying that Misty and a woman are here and would like to come down if possible.
Magnus just gets up and is like, I'm bringing Misty and a guest down.
Why
And goes upstairs.
Why is she asking for permission?
Misty, when you go up there, man, says, Misty isn't doing so well. Looks like she got in a little bit of a rough up. Just a touch. And you'll see this woman gently holding Misty up. And when you come in, she'll nod and go, seems like your little friend got into a bit of a hustle.
Thank you, Cindy. I owe you for this.
A little bit of honey wouldn't be bad.
I'll see what I can do. Come on down.
If you're offering.
Yeah. He just
She'll-
leads the way into the downstairs area.
She'll help Misty come down the stairs. When you actually see her walking, she took a hit.
Once
So
again
we-
in the room, Magnus just goes over, gets his doctor's bag, and is like, okay, lay down on the cot over there.
She nods. She's not saying anything because it's just been a day.
Mhm.
She'll go, they came after you guys and I distracted them.
Oh,
Ooh.
do we have names?
Who?
I don't know.
What did they
They
look
were-
like?
People?
Like us people or people?
And he smiles and goes, they terrified her out of her mind. You think she's going to remember?
You know who they were, Cindy?
Well, if I had to guess, the suits say it all. Remember those knockoff suits back in the 40s?
Ugh.
Oh, I do, and I remember who wears them.
Yep.
6 on a Inton medicine to
You
heal any
realize not only was she shot, but she had 2 broken bones. And I mean, they were broken.
Yeah, sets them, gets the bullets out, patches her up.
She's like, I did what Uncle Kajai said. Run really, really fast after I poked them in the eyes.
Good job.
So I attacked first, then ran. I did not realize that there was a 4th guy. I got 3 out of 4
Good.
That's why you get yourself coterie.
with letter opener.
Very good.
What I had on me. Okay. See, I did my best.
You did.
Survived.
See, but and Cindy just gently pats her on the back, saying, "My bees took the rest."
Sorry, and you are?
Cindy Whitty.
In the Windy City.
Yes. Seems like there's a joke about that all the time. Every time I say my name.
She's
It's a never
fine,
ending.
man.
Yeah, I run a florist shop up at the top end of the rack.
Well, you helped out Misty. You're okay with me.
Well, I mean, I tend to take care of everyone up top.
How's the clientele in your shop?
Mostly human, but I get some of us folks in there. Let's just say my bees are the ones that you don't want to mess with.
The
Your-
rest of you notice that Magnus is being very respectful towards Cindy, like in a way that he did not even act towards Jackson or any of the other higher ups in the city he's met.
Oh. Okay.
Many
Good to
of
know.
she'll gesture over to Dr. Smith. Many of his clients decided to come in and, shall we say, we learned how to juice up bees so you can utilize them and things.
You're doing that. Okay.
Well, it works. I don't
It
have
does.
a problem. Best part
They are
is,
outstanding pollinators.
They are. My flower shop has never been better. Not to mention, I don't have a whole lot of people coming knocking on my door for a little rough up. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good thing.
I sent a message down to Ballard. They weren't Ballard's men, but you know who they were.
Mhm.
Yep.
It seems that they were there to try and distract you all from doing whatever you guys were doing. I'm not asking questions. I'm not asking for anything other than bringing her back, making sure you guys understood. I had nothing to do with it, but those that were involved, let's just say, they're great for a garden, and they are great for turning around a compost.
Appreciate it, Cindy. If you need anything, let me know.
Thanks.
Oh, I always need something. It just depends on what you would tend to turn around and give.
You know me. You know what I can do.
I know. There's nothing wrong there. Just a little bit of talking and commiserating at times.
I'll drop by the shop in a couple days.
If you don't, I'll be so insulted. I will send my bees to find you.
Tuesday.
Cool. I can skip pickleball. I hope you guys have a good evening. Are you guys all good?
Oh, we're excellent.
I am just
Okay.
impressed.
Huh. What, did I outgrow roses more than you?
I am dying to visit your shop.
She'll pull out a card. And the card is actually, it's like a rose mixed in with a daisy that's mixed in with a violet.
Take the card. It just never ends. I'm just completely impressed.
When you turn to hybrid stuff, why not? Plus, juiced bees give you juiced results. Oh, and you can eat the honey too. Just thumbs
Okay,
over to
I'm
Jay
going to
Smith.
have to swing by your shop as well. At the
I was
mention of
so-
you can eat the honey, she's going to be like, I'm going to have to swing by your shop.
She'll pull out her purse and offer you all a packet, and it's a small tube of honey.
Fantastic.
You have lemon,
take it.
lavender, chamomile, and a few other colors. Once you even have a hot pepper. She'll turn around, pull out a ghost pepper, and offer it to Kajai. You seem spicy enough.
Sure, because I'll eat it. Why not? Why not?
It is ghost pepper, so it is a spicy taste, and you guys can take care of it. You guys can handle it.
Taylor puts her
truly
sample in
unique.
in her bag. She'll use it later.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. She'll just smile at you all and say, well, I hope to see you all soon. And she looks to Misty, who's just like coming down and relaxing. She'll like, next time I tell you to duck, just slide on through. Oh, okay. Yeah. No problem. She just goes all and heads out. He's just like, oh gosh, she was a lifesaver. Your friends were coming. She points to Bastion. They were coming. We met up because I pinged something, and then all of a sudden I heard doors closing and people trying to come in and rough up your bartender. And so I stepped in because who roughs up your bartender? And I may or may not have forgotten my baseball bat.
Hmm.
So I picked up a letter opener, and well, they tried. I ran out. I went down the alley, and then I did what Uncle Kajai told me to do. I did the first guy, hopped over, jumped, did a leapfrog, did it to the other guy, did another hop, jump, leapfrog, did it to the other guy, and then that's when I got the first hit because I didn't know that there was a fourth guy.
You did well, Misty.
Okay, good.
Like
I really
It's
needed
very
to-
good.
You
3 out of 4 is a passing grade.
True.
I did write thank you note or sorry notes or apology notes. I don't know who to send them to, but I wrote
Don't.
them. Made
But
me
if
feel better,
they
though.
make you feel better, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, do you want the leather opener to show I did the things, or are you guys good?
Actually, may I see it?
Yeah. She'll pull it out.
Does it have blood on it, Junie?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. And Theo's just going to take it and lick it. And I'll use Taste of Blood to start getting some info about who these fuckers were.
It's just like the bloody letter opener.
You're not even paying attention to her. Not even paying attention to her. Just
and all Taylor's going to say is not the weirdest thing he's done tonight. Trust.
I know, but at the same time, you don't know what if he's got diseases.
We don't really catch those.
Although, if there is a disease that does start affecting you, make others aware of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I heard that, people still carry things after they died.
I mean, if you're talking about like how Capone's brain is rotted from syphilis, yes. But that's because your body is essentially frozen in a snapshot of the day you died.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's not that he still has that disease affecting him currently.
I have the build of a supermodel when through most of my life I was a bit more fleshy. And that's because I had a cancer that was eating me from the inside out.
Ew. That's bad. I'm sorry. Are you better?
I am what I am. I don't have active cancer anymore, but I can't go back to what I was before the cancer because that was what was causing my death.
Okay, that's not good. I'm sorry. Yeah.
There is a chance you could even cut her open and still find the cancerous growths. Who knows?
Like
how
almost
the body
in stasis.
gets rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And taking them out won't even matter because they'll be back the next night.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we don't ask questions of the Giovanni or any of the other people who want to know things.
Spooky people?
Spooky people.
There are ways to change things, but how much and to what extent, that's debatable.
Look, I saw one raise somebody from the dead and they kind of did the whole zombie thing. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your role, Dr. Smith?
It came out to resolve blood sorcery, which put me at a solid 5 successes. I am rolling like a dream tonight.
You do know that it is a Generation 8?
Okay. And then by that leap of logic, Kindred, Theo's sharing this just as he's analyzing it. Kindred, relatively potent. Still more so than us, but not by as much as it would have been before. Was this one of the ones that you took out, Misty?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I took them all out, yes, with that. But so yeah.
This one's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish we had blood of the others, but that still tells us some things. And he'll hold the letter opener out like, do you still want it? To her.
Yeah. And you do notice you don't get a clan.
Oh, no, I don't think I get a clan just from taste. I think I'd need to do the full ritual to get clan.
That's fair. Yeah, they're dressing. Huh?
I'll send over some knives and things so you have something a little bit more effective to use next time.
I wasn't. I thought it was human. I didn't think it was going to be one of us.
That is a more common mistake than you would believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Spotter.
So if he's older than us, that would mean to me that Capone's taking us seriously.
You wouldn't assume he's older than us. Age and generation are associated, but not directly related.
Yes. Capone is younger than us, but still of a lower generation.
Right.
So it seems that is hiring people.
Right.
Oh, Mercs?
Possibly.
Well, that explains his bank statement.
Sorry?
It explains his bank statements.
What'd you find?
He's been withdrawing quite a bit of money to several different cities.
Enough that he can make it back quickly, or is he withdrawing significant amounts where it may affect his finances?
If I remember correctly, because we were in the middle of a draw. What was it? Right. So he was taking the money he had here and then kind of like spreading the wealth. But at the same time, there were certain checks of money. It looked like he was making payments or like, here, you're doing this for me. This is what you get, or this is what you get. And there was no names, but M.E.R.C. was pretty much the note and everything.
Would you have that information for me, please? That all that you got, specifically the financial things. I think I might have a way to find names.
That's what I'm working on. All of a sudden, when I heard that whole thing, I closed things up. So I have to go back and do it. And I'm sorry.
No,
that was like 4 hours ago. So you're going to have to give me a chance to do it again.
Don't worry. I actually am going to call someone that's going to be a lot of help to you.
Okay.
Bashan is going to take out his phone and he's going to call his ghoul.
Misty, if you can get me any information on that organization, I might have a associate I can talk to about them, find out more about who they are and what we might be dealing with.
Crazy people in old suits.
That's not, as weird as this may sound, that is not. Actually, did you ever watch any of the Batman cartoons growing up?
Yes, the ones with the black.
Mm-hmm.
Black, yeah, of course.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows things down?
Well, okay, the one with Kevin Conroy's voice.
No,
Untouchables?
Making a reference.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Got it. Sorry.
Did they say anything strange when they attacked you?
What? Besides, come little girl, don't go running away. We're here to protect you, and then pulling out guns? Yeah, no.
Something like what you'd hear in an old mobster movie.
Listen here, see? The coppers coming. No, they didn't do that.
Yeah, some mercenaries.
Yeah. Not Capone's regulars, then.
Just one more ask, just to clarify and remove a possibility. Did any of them happen to shout something to the equivalent of praise Cain?
Ew. No.
Good. That's the answer I was hoping for.
Yeah, there wasn't any praising of anyone. There were more calling me some very weird names and vile names and names I normally don't want to repeat in public.
What weird names?
Oh, they called me something called a neo something. Then they called me what they call me? Some kind of wibbly wobbly child. I can't remember the whole thing to it.
Child or fledgling? Did they ever use that one?
Yeah, they use that one. A lot of swear words in front of that. And then what's a K-Night?
They used that word.
Well, yeah, we were down the hallway or down the alley.
Specifically K-Night.
Well, I thought I needed a cane and it was night. Yeah. I just thought they were just throwing things together. I don't know.
It's an archaic term for our kind, although it is still used, not by us.
Okay, cool. Not really. All right, sure.
Cainites are descendants of Cain.
Oh, good to know.
Cain being what is considered the first vampire.
Oh, but is that true?
To many?
No one knows.
No one knows.
Okay.
Or
Taylor just smiles.
Telling us.
Your grandsire believes it is.
Your grandsire is often a fool.
You're not.
Is that why he went on about all that stuff? He left a notebook out and I started reading it.
Yes. He's a historian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he kind of was he was asleep.
Beckett
I was
is
up
very
before him
with his stuff.
The solid tactic with him. It is. I know. I've gotten information off of him the same way.
Yeah, he fell asleep. I woke up early and I went, ooh, a book. Started reading because I was bored.
If you're within his line, I feel like he'd be more inclined to share, wouldn't he? Or is he not a generous sort?
He's a distractible sort.
He's highly distractible, which is advantageous when you want to get information from him.
I'm no expert on any of that, but the people likely to use the term Cainite are either very old, which, no offense, if they were that old, you wouldn't have been able.
Yeah.
That's probably why the fourth one was the one who called me that.
Oh.
So the one that's still alive.
Yeah, I couldn't get him.
But did Cindy get him?
She did some nasty damage to him. Oh, he was not doing well after she got me out of his grasp.
Okay.
I mean, he was
but he wasn't destroyed.
No. Well, as of the last time I saw him, he was not. Whether what the whole massive beast did to him is a completely different other story.
I'll check with Cindy.
Yeah, that's impressive if he managed to survive Cindy attacking him.
Mm-hmm. I'll check with Cindy to see if there's anything remaining of that one.
Okay.
Who
I mean, she was really nice. Yes.
Cindy, exactly.
She's been in Chicago longer than there was Chicago.
He's old.
Nobody that I have spoken to knows how old she is, and she does not volunteer the information. All I know is that she treated my grandsire like a puppy.
All I know is she started talking this really old language. I mean, it was so old, I don't know what it is. And then he responded back to her in that. And they had a tit for tat as I'm trying to scramble back into the shop. And then she just went almost like a abracadabra. And then the bees just swarmed out of the store and went right at him.
She gets more interesting by the moment.
I am enthralled.
Was this unfortunate fool doing anything as that happened? Maybe growing claws, extending in height, things of that nature.
That dude was glowing in gold like I've never seen anyone before. And it looked like gold spindles were coming out of his fingers all over the place.
Theo looks totally miffed and is going to check with everyone else. Have you heard of anyone doing that?
All of a sudden, I felt really weak. I was getting weaker.
Tell me something.
Uh-huh.
Can you see on your jacket anything glowing? Because her jacket should be warded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my jacket's glowing. Yeah.
Okay. I think it was, and she looks to Theodore and she said, I think it was a Tremere. She can see sorcery.
I mean, he was trying to do this whole abracadabra Harry Potter thing without a wand. And then I gently mocked him.
And if it wasn't Tremere, then it might have been Asamite or Banu.
If he was spouting Cainite nonsense, there is a non-zero chance it was a Tremere. If it is, that leads me to a different concern.
Okay. I mean, it was old language.
You don't remember what he looked like?
His hat was down over his face.
Mm-hmm.
He wore this old kind of fedora. It was old. I mean, you could see all the dust bunnies and stuff. And when he kind of did this thing, I mean, you could see like this jawline, and he had scars a bit on his face and down his neck. Kind of looked like somebody just did that to him with some razor claws or things.
What was his complexion?
Oh gosh.
Was he a Caucasian man or other?
Mm-mm.
He wasn't.
It looked like he had a lot of tan on him.
Okay. Possibly a Banu or Asamite.
Or Abraham.
Could be Abraham.
That was my question. Yeah.
I don't know what his hair color was because of the hat. But when he did the spindly thing, I could feel myself getting weaker and weaker, and I was hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. Magnus, 1 second. And Theo's actually just going to step over and I'd like to do a magic doctor check real quick just to make sure that she doesn't have any other lasting blood sorcery or anything that could be fucking with her more.
As you do that, Bastion, you're on the phone with your goal.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll just get this, hey, what's up?
Hey, baby. Good evening.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
You're sounding very chipper.
Indeed. Would you mind coming to the bar?
Sure.
I do have some interesting financial information I would like to check. You know, get some names.
Sure, I have no problem. Be there in about 15, 20?
Take as much time as you need, gorgeous.
Okay, thank you.
Bastion takes out his phone, goes back. Well, Missy, I do appreciate that you're healing. My girl will be here and she will be able to assist you in finding more information, even though things that you might have missed about the financials.
I mean, that's great. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at this. Go ahead, Theo. What was your role?
5.
With the 5, well, you notice that the jacket's warded. You do notice that there are droplets on her of blood. They missed where she was cut. Those droplets of blood are slightly going. And you know for a fact that there is a blood sorcery that if the blood gets into the system by a cut, that could mean somebody's doom.
Theo's going to open his doctor's bag and take out just like a paper napkin. And he's just going to dab those little bits of blood off of her just to be safe. And then fold that up, throw it into a Ziploc bag, shut it, and throw it back in his doctor's bag.
Sorry, was I bleeding?
No. It's just better that particular blood not get into you.
Okay, good. Thank you. It was weird. It was crazy. I'm sorry. I did what I could. He didn't stop.
Storyteller. In Kajai's time fighting people, has he ever fought someone with this description before?
You've heard of people like this before. And between the Banu Hakim, Asimite, and Tremere, that is not a far reason to be off of. Dr. Hammond was correct in her assumption.
Stay here for the next few nights. If it was a Banu Hakim, they can do weird things with their blood for some sort of poison. I'll send some people to watch over you during the day as well, just to be safe.
Yeah. Can I ask, do we need more eyes on the bar in general?
I can ask questions, see if a couple of her cousins can come by for a week or two.
If not, she can always stay at mine.
Yeah.
And
should we ask the sheriff too?
Theo will just glance at Kajai with the sheriff mention. Just
I can see her.
Yeah.
You haven't fought in a couple of weeks, so it'd be a good opportunity to catch up.
And also, congratulations, Misty. You have now done something that many kindred have to do.
What?
Defend property.
Oh, well, I mean, I thought because you guys were gone, I might as well do what I can, right?
I appreciate it, Misty.
I'm
With
just
a
sorry.
letter opener, no less.
Well, Uncle, Uncle Kajai said.
You build reputations with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a story that you're gonna tell in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There is an assassin that we should educate you on. She has pulled off some magnificent kills with very odd tools.
Very mundane things. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, which one's that one?
That is Fatima.
Why is the name familiar?
Fatima
Probably heard
Akindi.
stories.
Yes, that sounds familiar. I think Beckett was saying something.
He would probably
He
know
would.
her.
Okay, good to know, because he was saying something about some woman with a really cool knife and that moved faster than anything. And
That would be her.
Okay.
So long as you are not her target, I have heard she is quite good to meet. Unless you're not.
I haven't had the pleasure yet, but I've heard the same thing.
Oh, I think so. I'm not sure. Okay.
Got to fight with a companion of hers in the 1800s. I've never lost so thoroughly before.
Did she wipe the floor with you?
Yes, she is. Well, you all may have heard of her as Lucita de Aragon, but my sire thought it would be wise to be humble.
How did that work out for you?
Well, I was sure I could not beat her. In truth, I don't think I could do it today.
Oh, good. So when I feel like I've lost against you, at least I know that you can lose to somebody else, right? Silver lining.
Always someone better.
Got you. All right. Magnus, at this time, you do get a call saying that Paula is waiting at the bar.
Who is?
Paula.
Okay.
I'm trying to pronounce his name correctly. Don't make me pronounce it too many times.
Okay. Magnus goes up to meet him.
She's waiting.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's waiting there. Pictures in Windy City, and she's just kind of leaning at the bar, just relaxing, kind of just twiddling with her phone in her hand and holding what looks like a smart briefcase purse.
Come on down, Paula. Bastion is downstairs.
Doctor, thank you so much. I'm, of course, lead the way. I'm more than happy to follow. And she will follow Magnus down.
And as soon as Magnus opens the door, Bastion grows his arms into a hug. Paula, my darling, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for bringing me. I'm so happy that I can actually meet everyone. She'll give Bastion a hug and, the usual double kiss.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to help all of you?
Okay,
It's a pleasure to see you all.
First off, people, everyone, this is Paola. She is my helper, assistant, friend. We've been working together for 20 plus years, I believe.
I never count.
She is really smart. I mean, could not be me, but she is great in a lot of things. And Misty, she here is a teacher, and she can be a great asset to help you.
Okay, cool. Of course, my pleasure. I'm only here to help and assist to make sure that you are all getting what you need.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to start?
We are going to go after some information on some very dangerous kindred.
Start, please.
Misty here is going to track some assets that are flowing through Capone. Do you remember him?
How can I forget him?
Mm-hmm.
He's unfortunately far too large to forget. If it wasn't for, Ballard being larger.
He is also a head too tall, but we're planning on that.
I should plan on also working on his wardrobe, please.
It's not good to compare Jupiter to Pluto.
It's not, but sometimes it needs to be pointed out, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. So, what was the name of the thing that you found, Misty?
Oh, right. That's it was called M.E.R.C.
Do you know anything about that, Paula?
She'll move some things on her phone, and she'll just smile and go, I have an idea. Give me about a few hours and I can give you everything that you need.
Okay. He is floating as much money as possible to a lot of people with that account. So if you can find our names, so we can find other, he looks at the coterie, associates of our target. that we have to deal with.
How many more associates do you need?
How many more can you find?
Darling, you know exactly how many things I can find just with one evening. I can tell you everything from their investments for 400 years ago to what they're doing now. It's very easy. Many of these people don't turn around and realize this is unencrypted, and they don't turn around and hide their things. It's just so sad. Encrypt your things, please.
It appears Bobby hasn't been doing much help for Al.
Oh, you mean Mr. Weatherbottom? She just winks over to Bastian. I haven't met Misty, but I've heard her reputation with getting into things. And let's just say, between Bastian's children and me, we have found a great deal of things that the lovely Misty has told your children, Bastian, in the past couple of hours before all of a sudden she went silent. Are you okay? And she's just like, yeah.
I do employ a lot of people to make our endeavors as sweet as possible. Sadly, I am still a little worried about Waterbottom. If we... not specifically because I worry about him. I worry about what he can do, things he can set off. The plans that we are doing here. He might be a little stone into our shoes.
So you want to be a stone in his shoes now, huh?
I mean, have been in everywhere else in him at this moment, so might as well.
There's a very quiet and understated "God damn" from Theo in the corner.
Probably just shaking his head.
Couldn't be me.
But smiling.
Ashton, there are so many things that I do love and enjoy about you, but there are certain things I will leave a mental scar, and I don't even want to even think about that.
So, back to a matter that I believe everyone is agreeing into talking about. How do we deal with him?
Okay.
Would he be considered an associate of Sun?
They're sherry at best.
Do you want the legal ramifications of this, or do you want me to find you evidence to go after him? I can help Misty on this. This is no problem. Just want to make sure I know the qualifications and the criteria.
If there is an association between them, we have orders. If there's not, there's no need to try and fabricate anything.
I would never fabricate anything like that.
But if there's something to be found, find it.
Oh, of course. Do you want me to go completely deep into? I have no problem with this. I've waded through some of his network already, and I've had to take several hot showers just to scrape off the ick.
I'm not surprised.
His code team is not exactly complete. I like the wink that you gave. It was very, very, very nice. Somebody saved that on the flash drive.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure they did.
I got rid of it. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Oh, good.
Thank you for that.
I thought, let's clean up a bit. Though I will tell you, in going through his network, their Misty can definitely write fine. I have the particulars. And he has dossiers on all of you.
I mean, I'm sure he thinks he has complete dossiers on all of us.
Oh, it's not complete at all, not even by a long shot, but he knows where you guys go at times. He doesn't have a schedule yet, but he's working on it, apparently. I may or may not have put in some information that may or may not be true. I hope you loved your spa day tonight.
Yes, it was glorious.
Never
Quite
been. It was
refreshing.
interesting.
You tell I'm positively glowing.
You are Sputter. You are probably the most glowing person in this entire room.
Thank you for recognizing that.
Absolutely.
No need to lie, Paula. We all know it's potteries for one.
Oh, I do not need this anymore. If any of you would like a souvenir, and Theo will take out the empty Merlot bottle and just set it on the table.
I will take that.
Go for it.
She is faster than you, Paula.
If Dr. Hammond wants to have it, by all means.
I will take it.
It's just an empty souvenir at this
It's a
point.
souvenir.
Oh, that's fine. I think of it this way. If I can turn around and help with any plausible denials, I am more than happy to do that. Hence the spa day, and I may or may not have put you in for a group retreat for a little, R&R. You needed that all.
That's a good point. Anyone have anything they would like to cover up? Legally speaking, no.
I might be going to pay a visit to some places later this week.
Okay.
There's a certain thing called the Chicago Way. And
No,
I'm going
say
to
less.
Refamiliarize Capone with it.
Say less. I understand. However, if you need something or someone or something done that doesn't want to be in the news, so let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I did make sure that Mr. Kajai's business has been moving up in the Google sphere so people can recognize it faster when they are looking for things. You've been getting more hits and recognition.
I assume that is positive.
I don't talk about it much because, see, I don't like to boast, but everything I have been pondering about every business that you all have has been lifted up a little, just a little something for all of you.
Appreciated.
What I mean is, Mr. Kajai, is that people are looking and researching your company, and it is coming more and more into people's minds, so you get more business.
I appreciate the effort.
No, it's nothing at all. Dr. Hammond's research is actually quite interesting. If you do need more, let me know.
I'm fine, but thank you. My name carries some weight in certain circles.
You don't say, as she turns around and shows the whole thing of the portfolio she's created for Dr. Hammond. Do you want to need some social stuff? Let me know. I'm very good at all of that. Spotty, you're unfortunately not on the internet, but at the same time, your reputation is in closer circles I can touch. But, you're still recognized.
Well, I am glad for that.
Yeah, I can't put you on the internet. Unfortunately, the Masquerade won't let me.
It's only 2010. I can't make an Instagram model joke.
Actually, you will be in a couple of months.
Okay.
Instagram happens in October. We're in the middle of April, May.
We're getting closer to the end of May.
True. Yeah, no, I certainly appreciate the offer, but I do have my own ways of getting and making information disappear.
That's fair, but I know that there might be some apps in play that you may or may not be able to do a little bit of Gothic quarter. That could probably put you up in the sphere if you'd want. Tumblr's a thing. Let me know. Could totally put you onto that, and you'd be bigger off than many of the old 1920 movies.
Oh God!
Are you suggesting I start blogging?
You could blog, of course. At the same time, you can do Tumblr and do a little makeup thing, if you know what I mean, and do some modeling for Halloween.
You don't mess with perfection.
This is true.
I'll have to talk with the kids. They have been trying to convince me to allow to have their Nosferatu friends posting images and tagging them as body horror art and things like that for weeks. It has been excruciating to deal with.
I will say this. There is money in that. However, we just say that it is, why we put a little bit of makeup on is because even though, yes, you are perfection, and I totally agree because you are beautiful inside and out. We appreciate this. The thing is that we put a little bit of makeup on because then we show how we take it off so they see that it's not real. So it's just a bit, little bitty here, little bitty here, and you just slowly peel. And we make sure you're painted and everything, so you look alive.
Yeah, I know we can get by, but we do tend to stand out with people we don't want to stand out with.
That's why we do a little bit of gothic horror picture shoots. It's fine.
It's okay. You did your sales pitch, Paula.
No problem. But I can turn around and do this financial stuff in about an hour or two if you give me some time with the little one here. I can call her little one. Are you?
I'm sure the alcove is y'all's.
Mm-hmm.
Misty just smiles and says, "I'll show you." And she does. She hops up, grabs Paula's hand, and just makes a beeline. And you hear the flapping and the clippity cloppities because Misty's running way, way, way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
When they leave the room, Taylor's going to look to Bastion with a dead fucking serious expression and say, "You better embrace her soon before the venture in this city snatch her up."
You don't think I'm fighting them like a fucking bear amidst the werewolves? They are.
What is Tumblr?
Apparently it's something in there in the night, Kajai.
I know you can put rocks in a tumbler. Is that what it is?
No, it's a website where people can post blogs and pictures and things like that. It's a brief blogging tool where people can write stuff, but it's brief.
Yeah, think like a public gallery that you can put wherever you want and a lot of people can see. Yeah.
It's like fast food intellectualism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And don't worry, I know at least that if I don't move carefully, Ballard is going to snatch her from me easily.
Easily.
Yes. And so I'm thinking about how exactly I want her embrace to be. Because I don't want to put her, in a precarious situation because I was selfish or things like that.
I understand.
I can only advise be wary of poaching. As someone who is the product of such, it happens a lot faster than you might initially think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can have some people guard her if you like.
I would love that, actually. She does indeed lack a little on the fighting capacities because she honed her mind like a blade instead of other things. Like blades.
She seems to understand money well enough.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's a fucking genius. She teaches at that university, actually. Not yours, Hammond, but another one. I forgot the name.
Well, all I can really say for tonight is job well done, all. I think we did some good work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to reach out to Neely?
I think
we should decide that. Get him to set up a meeting. Ambush.
If we can get him to set a meeting up with Capone for next week, that shouldn't be too much of a rush. And
I'm also expecting to hear from Mark about Gary.
Yes.
In the next few nights. So.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of ingress there, fortunately. The sewers were cut off from the sewers used to be connected between Chicago and Gary. And they were shut off a while back. So,
yeah. Okay.
Kajai, you do have a text from Paula?
I do?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bastion, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Bastion takes out his phone and looks. No, that's interesting way. Merchandise Entertainment Recovery Company is what Mark means. So we do have a business to search through. I believe the girls can do very well with this info.
Yeah. It's got to be a front.
Oh,
of course.
Definitely.
That's not a name of a business.
No, but I can use that name to reach out to some people in private security I know.
Is it the Primogen?
No. Friend from New York. Fellow Ballard associate.
With that, as you've successfully killed Sun, you've turned around and diablerized. You've all gone down a generation, and you found out while you were gone, certain other things were in play. I think this is a great place to pause for tonight.
Alrighty.
There's no evidence of diablerie.
No evidence.
Literally.
Nothing happened.
No evidence. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Make sure you join us in our Discord. Oh, if I can type right. Boom. There we go. Bot is working. All right. Because that is where we hang out after games and during the daily grind. We hang out there. And it's also where we cast our games from. Right now, there's no active casting calls, but when one gets posted, everyone in the server gets tagged with that announcement. So yeah, you want to join us there if you want a chance to play at our tables. And also we do occasionally do some Zoom hangouts where people can just hang out with members of the community and socialize a bit. We haven't done them lately because we've had streams on both Fridays and Saturday nights. So those are usually the nights we could do it because Shanky and I both work day jobs. So yeah. But we will hopefully have a break soon where we can start doing a few Zoom chats. And if you would like to check out back episodes of this stream or any other stream that runs on this channel, you can do so on our YouTube channels, now linked in chat. You go to the McStabber Studios channel. We have over 5 years of content posted there. We have done just about every World of Darkness splat. We also have a lot of independent games and other games that we have run for miniseries and one-shots and things. Go check it out. We also have some storyteller tips there, too, for running Vampire and such. So you can check those out. We have playlists that are shown on our front page. And then, of course, if you go to the playlist tab there, you can see all the different things that we have. And also check out the Ishvel channel if you would like to see our amazing European GM, Dr. Tiss, and her content. She used to run a D&D 5e campaign called Ishvel. That's what that channel was named for. We do have to update the link in our chat because she did change it recently for her new game that she's running with us. That's now hit like 100 episodes. But yeah. We'll get that updated soon. But you can check out the D&D 5e campaign that she ran and completed with us, and also the Call of Cthulhu 7e campaign, London Esoteric Society, that runs on Saturdays before this game. If you would like to check out some studio merch, you can do so at the Zazzle link that is now in chat. That is there, and make sure you're signed in because if you aren't, you're going to miss some of our products that are labeled as adult products because they have swear words on them, like our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. This whole coterie are head counselors of Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would. Mm-hmm.
I learned how to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
With another motherfucker. Or take a sword with ag damage and just behead a motherfucker. And of course, we have amazing friends that do stream on their own channels as well as play games with us here. Do check them out and give some love to them. First up, we have Junie Von Esch. What you got going on your channel?
Besides making dumpster fires, because that is what in the state I think I'm in right now, because dumpster fires are dumpster fires. We're making a lot of these. We're crocheting because we can't strangle people. We strangle yarn. After that, I'm usually on Ravenosis, which I'll be on a Monday. And if I'm not here doing things on Saturday or Friday, because Werewolf will be coming back for one brief show next month, I might be on Ree's playing a mage. Right, Ree?
And of course, Ree, you stream on your channel. What you got going on?
Yes, this upcoming Tuesday, our mages continue their story in Arcane Vale after having a run-in with the technocracy and attempting to awaken a node. So we'll see just how well they can deal with their newfound dangers.
I'm sure it's great. Nobody will go Marauder. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Or worse, go Nefandi.
Ree only have one hit of Paradox. Damn it.
And of course, we also have Ravenous Archon in that list of friends. He's not with us tonight, but do check him out because right now he is running an Old Gods of Appalachia mini-series on his channel, trying to get back in the swing of running games and stuff. Also, you can see him running Mage on Fridays here. He just started his part of Queen's Gambit yesterday, and that was the first session. He'll be running the second session this coming Friday. He is our resident Mage storyteller here at McStabber Studios. And of course, we have Mischievous Red also in that list. She is one of our players. She is currently playing in Mage. She also played in the Wraith portion of Queen's Gambit, and she plays in our Kansas City V5 Chronicle that Shanky runs that's right now on break between seasons. So do check her out. She sometimes streams on Sundays doing mini painting or video gaming or things like that, just kind of variety streaming. Check her out. Give her some love too. And with the schedule for the upcoming week, we have on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Demon the Fallen. Maddox and myself are in that with some amazing players, and my husband Shanky is the storyteller. We are playing Demon, The Road to Hell. We are all in LA. We just had a really, really freaking emotional session.
Never meet your heroes. Never meet the people that are disgraced heroes either.
No, but yeah, it was very emotional and it was great. And where do we go from here? So check that out on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we are in LA circa 1999. We are playing the end of days scenario for Demon the Fallen, y'all. It's rough out there. It's rough out there. But yeah. And then of course on Friday we have 8 p.m. Eastern Queen's Gambit, the Mage session 2 of their splat. So that's going to be with Ravenous Archon and his group of amazing mages doing sus stuff as they try to get their shards of the totems that have gone everywhere. Yeah, because, you know, their goal is to find those shards and bring them back. And then ultimately a ritual will happen once all the splats get their stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's really, yeah, it left off on a really, yeah. Anyway, yeah, drinking. Yeah, drinking. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, of course, Saturday, I'm not sure. Do we have are we doing Call of Cthulhu next week on Saturday? Or is there, we are playing session 100 this coming Saturday. Thank you. You're any, not your outie. Appreciate you, dear. Okay. So 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society, set in Victorian era London and surrounding environs. Check out as the investigators play their 100th session Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Don't worry, numbers hold no significance in the Cthulhu world at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Nothing sus will come of this. And it'll be rainbows and kittens, okay? And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be back here for the next session of Hidden City, a Chicago campaign set in 2010, run by Junie Von Ash. And of course, last but not least, I'm going to tell you, make sure you're taking care of yourselves. This week has been a rough week here in America. Yeah. Yeah. Been a real rough week. And it's just going to lead into a real rough next 4 years. And, yeah. Oh, but yeah, seriously, if you need help right now, please reach out to Crisis Lines. We want you all here because we can't stop fighting, y'all. We really can't. And we need everyone decent, humane here to tough this out so that we can actually fight it. If you're in crisis right now, please reach out to these helplines that we've posted in chat if you need them. Also, go to findahelpline.com and you can search for your location and get the support that you need based on what's available in your country. please. And we appreciate those in other countries that are trying to be supportive of us as we deal with the struggles here at home. And we truly appreciate you all. I typically, because I'm a registered nurse, lead out towards the end with saying, you know, take care of your well-being as far as mental and physical. But at this point, I'm done. I will tell you, if you would like to support the amazing players at this table, you can do so by giving them bits or donations if you are available. I know money's tight, y'all, but seriously consider doing that. If you would like to support the channel itself, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, which I understand if you don't at this point, because Bezos is a fucking bastard. And literally, you can do so for free. You get one free subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us. Or you can go to our KoFi, our Ko-fi page, and give without giving Twitch half. You can buy Mama a coffee, buy Shanky a coffee, whatever. And if you don't have the funds to do any of that, you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe for free. And like and comment on the videos that you watch, because that helps boost us in the search algorithm on YouTube, because it shows engagement on our videos that are being viewed. And that is a way to support us without spending any money at all. So really, we appreciate any support you give. And also being members of our Discord community, that is a way you also support us, because it's good to have community. It is. It's really important to have community. And I'm also going to say this channel is not a place that is safe for those who abstained from voting in the U.S. election, for those that voted third party, and for those that voted for the fucking fascist that's now the president-elect. This is not a safe place for you. We are not here for your entertainment. See yourselves out before I eat you for fucking lunch. Said with all conviction. Y'all have a good night.